Welcome to my channel. I am SonjaSUNshine, and in today's video, I'd like to talk about my life here in Bavaria, Germany. I was born and raised here in Bavaria, Germany. Why do I speak English? Well, first of all, because English has always been my passion. I have learned English at school. I went to school here in Bavaria, Germany. I went to two schools. And later on, I continued learning English. I did obtain my Cambridge certificate here in Bavaria, Germany. Cambridge certificates are actually British certificates. However, my spouse is American and I've always been fascinated, by the American language, the culture, the country itself. It's amazing. I personally have always lived here in Bavaria, Germany. I've never actually lived in another English speaking country, so I only learned English, through hard work basically. It's funny because a lot of people don't always want to talk about that. You think, oh, my life is perfect. I've just learned English because somebody dripped it into my ear, or I have the brain, of Albert Einstein. I don't. I have been working really hard and I've always had a passion for the language. And that's basically how I learned English. As for my family, I think I already mentioned the fact that my spouse is from the United States. So my spouse is originally from South Carolina. He had to come to Germany 4 years ago due to his job and his work, so that was a requirement. I personally have actually never been to South Carolina, but maybe that will change in the future. Unfortunately, my husband is not interested in being a part of this YouTube channel. He has other passions and interests. And he doesn't quite feel the same way about learning as I do. So I really love learning. And I love reading. He just has other interests, and that's just something that I have to accept. I did travel to California in 2018. So I have friends, American friends who live in California. And back in 2018, I had the chance to visit them. I have been saving up for a long time just for this special vacation. Traveling to another country can be really expensive, especially the flight. So I actually have to look it up, but I think I did pay over 1,000, but that was back in 2018. Maybe in the meantime, it's actually a little cheaper. I'm not sure. I did travel from Munich, Bavaria to Los Angeles. If you've never been to Los Angeles, there's this amazing, amazing airport, and it's called LAX. LAX. Of course, it is a different story if you actually live there. You have probably seen images or you probably turned on the news. It is very, very unfortunate, especially for me as a German living and growing up here in Germany. Bavaria just doesn't involve having to deal with extreme weather. I did upload a few videos just showing that we've had hailstorms and sometimes it can be really windy, cold. We did have floods, so that has been an issue here in Bavaria, Germany, that if it really rains a lot, then some places do have floods. But I would say it is not so common. So some places get affected, others get not a lot of extreme weather situations. So you could basically say that living in Bavaria, Germany is more or less very safe. In terms of crime, yeah, it's also, I haven't really looked at the crime rates. I suppose it's rather low. I'm not sure. I haven't quite looked into it. I personally feel very safe here. In fact, I was told that, yeah, Germans and people here, at least in my neighborhood, that these people are very trustworthy. And it is true. If you go for a walk here or if you drive around, you will notice that people, they just leave their packages in front of the door. People leave their car doors open until they unload and unpack everything. You will see garages that have the doors open and just people leaving their bicycles everywhere. But I suppose it really depends on where you live in Germany. Germany is fairly small compared to other countries such as the United States or China, or yeah, in general, I would say Germany is fairly small. However, there are a lot of interesting cities. So I personally have been to a few big cities, and one of, yeah, the most amazing cities has been Frankfurt. I traveled to Frankfurt last year, and I do have to admit that people there are a lot more cautious and they have a completely different life and a completely different lifestyle. In my life, I've had a few temporary jobs. I used to work as a tutor. I was teaching English, German, and math. Sometimes I also taught a few French classes, but yeah, my French is a bit rusty, definitely. In addition, I worked for a company in Nuremberg, Germany. I did mention that in one of my shorts videos. Nuremberg is known for its gingerbread. Nuremberg is also known for its Christmas market. Again, if you have seen one of my shorts videos, I did mention the fact that I work there. And yeah, of course, if you want to check out my shorts videos, then of course, please do so. It would be very nice if you check them out. I personally haven't gone to Nuremberg in a long time, so I used to work in Nuremberg, Germany. That's a very nice, big, bustling city. And it is known for its gingerbread. I mentioned that in one of my shorts videos. And I also created another video about a gingerbread house that we bought. But basically, in my life, I just tend to prioritize. So if I really want to accomplish something, if there's a task, or usually if I find myself just having a lot of chores, then I don't always have the time to go to all these wonderful places. But I think that's just the way things are. I'm a content creator, I'm a mom, I have housework and the household. It's funny because when you kind of look back and when you had the help and support from your family who kind of did your laundry, yeah, then you kind of think back and you think, oh, I did take that for granted. But then, you get older and your life changes, and we all go through these changes in our lives. I mean, it would be boring, right? If our lives were just stagnant and linear. But yeah, it would be so boring. Yeah. One thing about myself is that I just set priorities, and sometimes you just have to set priorities. And I do enjoy, just talking to you, creating content. Obviously, I'm a content creator, and that just also takes up some time, but I think it's so worth it. Yeah, it's so much fun. I really love it. And yeah, I think in my life I just have certain goals and certain habits. You probably have different habits. You probably have a different life. But for me personally, I just enjoy just sharing what I have seen, what I have learned. I do debate whether or not to start another channel where simply I can focus on teaching. This channel is really just kind of for entertainment, and yeah, I just kind of want to share certain things, and I do plan on speaking English because that's just my passion. I did think about whether or not to speak English or German, but I think I will stick with English simply because it is really just my passion. And now I should probably wrap up this video. If you have been listening slash watching, yeah, until this moment, thank you so much. Of course, I would really appreciate your subscription. It really just helps my channel. And in addition, you will get a notification every time I upload a new video. If you do have any questions about my life here in Bavaria, Germany, or just growing up, what it's like to live in Bavaria, or what it was like to just grow up here, yeah, please, leave a comment. And I hope that you will have a great day. And of course, it would be nice if you tune in again. See ya!